somewhere because we didn't use that energy on nothing. Huh? In all thy ways acknowledge him. I did. I said. Heard that a lot? When you hear that a lot in you, then you know there's a problem. But when you can say, God did, this is what God says, won't that help you and I to learn who's in control? We ain't in control of nothing. If God was to stop us today, we lose all our teeth. Mind, life. Am I right? Huh? How many of us want to bite into a good piece of chicken, a good piece of burger, or some carrot or something? But if God didn't keep our teeth in, you can go buy some, but if you couldn't afford to buy none, you better get some gummies. Chiclets, yeah, you better eat some soft food for a while. But listen what he says. In all thy ways acknowledge him. In all thy ways. Now, some of our ways ain't right. Saints. And some of our all ways, they ain't always right. Am I right? He says, tell the Lord about that. And I'm telling you, keep you on your P's and Q's. If you want God, is your board being cleaned daily? Huh? How many of you know if the teacher come in class and they got a lot of stuff on the board, if it ain't to be reviewed, children, what do the teacher do?
Erase it off.
He erases it or she erases it off and makes it clean where they can put some new stuff on there for us, right? Because it's a new day. It's a new hour, right? How many of us want our heart to be clean? How many of us doing something about it? All right. Go ahead, brother.
And he shall direct thy paths.
Listen to that. He says, if we acknowledge what God wants us to acknowledge, he'll show us how to do what we can't do or don't understand how to do. He'll make a way when there's no way. Have you went into something blind before?
Oh, yeah.
You say, I don't know what to expect. Huh? Well, God already knows. So why not give him the time and space to come to him and let him teach us how we should be?
Sometimes I was already one previously through his word.
Yeah.
Or through someone else.
Or through someone else. Sometimes we...
Do it anyhow.
Yeah, we had some old folks in the neighborhood when we were kids that told us, boy, you better stop doing that. I even had some old alcoholics, winos, tell you, son, that girl ain't good for you, better leave her alone. I'm like, he don't know nothing, he drunk. Well, he been around, you know. So, you know, you got to learn how to listen even though it seems like, well, they don't know nothing. They hadn't lived as long as they have. And some of them can't get out of their mess because they haven't got where they need to be. But you and I got that opportunity. We've been bought with a price, called into the house of God, given the opportunity, but we got to do something about it ourselves. Isn't that what it says? Know him and know the truth. A remnant, everybody ain't going to listen. Am I right? But you will. He that hath ears, let him hear what Ed says to everybody. Ed say, no, not me. Go ahead, bro.
Be not wise in thine own eyes.
This is a problem. Ain't it? Ain't it a problem for this pride of ours? Huh? We come from the pride family. Huh? We already got it figured out. We don't want to hear from the elders because we already been educated. Huh? Am I right? How many?
They keep a backup plan, and then they can say, "All money ain't good money."
Yeah.
But the Lord was taking too long, and then when I went to my plan, all money wasn't good money.
Yeah.
Got to the job, left the other job,
Yeah.
shouldn't moved.
Yeah. You learn. And you learn to suffer through it, don't you?
Yes.
Huh?
I learned from that.
But see, if we would just listen a little bit of what God is trying to do with us. A lot of the School of Hard Knocks, some of the courses we took in the School of Hard Knocks we didn't have to take. Huh?
Some of us had to repeat those courses.
I'm telling you, we stayed in that course,
We
didn't
had to
we?
repeat it 3 or 4 times.
This is part A. This is part B.
Before we graduated.
But when we learn of Him, we find out, oh God, it's good to listen to the hoary head sometimes. It's good to slow down. It is. We're in a rush to do nothing. This society today in the world, everybody's in a rush. Nobody wants to stop at the stop sign. Nobody wants to stop at red light. Nobody wants to stop and talk to nobody. Nobody wants to stop unless it's in their interest. Huh?
You stop around there texting somebody else.
Yeah. And society is so bad today. It used to be if somebody's walking down the hall or walking down the street, you would say, hello, good morning. Everybody's, like you said, or did they look up? Like, was that a hi or was just, I see you? But
And it's been so bad, you'll see them walking like this. So I guess plan. I'll say, watch out for that hole, watch out for that tree, and they'll jump.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. But you see, society is so busy. We're so busy with everything except God.
We're loving it too. That's his name.
Some of you looking at your watch like, when is church going to be over? Where I can go see the game or where I can go do this.
The Chiefs are making millions per person now.
Yeah.
We're trying to get ours.
Yeah.
Up here.
I'm trying to get rich in Jesus.
Look here.
Yeah.
They're making big money. I'm trying to get up there.
When
the streets of gold. Come on now.
They ain't paid you nothing because they won, and they sure ain't paid you nothing when they lose.
They had good money.
Yeah, it's a stomach turn. That's right. They got their
We
million.
had good money at the time ourselves.
We trying to be rich in
we had it.
Yeah, we trying to be rich in Christ Jesus. The reality of it is when all the pleasure and the money's gone, if you got any at all, is where's your heart?
That's it. Makes a difference.
Where your treasure is, that's where your heart is. Now in Proverbs, he said that we should acknowledge him in all our ways. He'll direct our path. He told us what? Be not wise in our own eyes. How many of us can say we've deceived ourselves many a time? Still do it. I mean, saints. Prayerful saints even.
Because I want to read the word of God and believe it.
Yeah.
As the scriptures have said, I got to believe it.
How much time do I spend with God and with his word compared to the time that I spend with everything else? Anybody at least do half a day? 1 hour? We do good with 1 hour, don't we? He said, could not you pray with me 1 hour? We're so busy. We're so busy. We want to do everything, and yet we don't give God much of nothing. We want God to do everything for us, shall I say. But we don't give God much of anything. Thank God he's God.
You know, this time of the year is really hurtful and harmful to the human family. Depression is up on the rise.
Absolutely.
And then we just got through talking about it. How many people will end up in the ER?
Yeah.
November, December, and January. You know, like that person over there, we don't know what happened, but they pulled them out. And the thing is, you just never know.
True.
Food poisoning's on the rise.
Yeah.
Everything that can go wrong is going wrong, and it's just really bad for God allowing it to be holiday season.
Right.
And it's not good. And there's so many people,
Yeah.
and then the hospitals are full, nursing homes are full,
Yeah.
psych wards full, everything's full. It's full to capacity.
That's right.
Hospice houses are full to capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, again, our jobs is to pray and fast, believe His word. We need
Yes.
to pray to help.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we are here for.
Absolutely.
That's what every church is supposed to be for. We're
That's
supposed
what
to
it's
be
for.
praying, interceding
Stand in
to
the
help
gap.
these people, not pushing farther
No. Stand
into
in
what's
the
going
gap.
on the television and all this stuff.
Absolutely.
Because people are dying by
Yeah.
the day. They're depressed, oppressed,
Mm-hmm.
beat down, tore down.
That's
you
right.
know, and some they're looking for help. They're looking
Yes.
for a way out.
True.
And it's really harmful and hurtful around the holiday seasons. If we're gonna want to celebrate,
Mm-hmm.
let's make sure
Yeah.
God gonna be first. We give God some time so we can help
Absolutely.
and help serve someones that are falling
That's right.
off the bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
You don't never know. There's too many reports.
Mm-hmm.
The kids that blew their brains out
Mm-hmm.
right there where the families were celebrating
Mhm.
because no one paid attention.
Yeah.
Didn't see the child was
Mhm.
abused,
Mm-hmm.
tore down, teachers speaking evil against them, the school system.
Yeah.
They just had never paid attention, or somebody
right.
was harming the children.
That's
And
right.
parents too busy, never saw it coming.
That's why church got to be more than the four-corner wall.
Yes.
It's got to be lived in us. And that's why he tells us judgment must first begin at the house of God. Because we've got our eyes off of God and we've got ourselves back into a worldly view as a people of God. When our eyes is supposed to be up on the Lord, that he can direct our path, that we can see the things that are going on. And he says, warn them for me. There's somebody got to speak up for God.
That's right.
If you don't do it, who's going to do it? If you don't be the mouthpiece for your children, who's going to be the mouthpiece?
Tell you.
Huh? Hello? If you don't be the mouthpiece for your community, for your church, for your family, who's going to be it? If you're there with them and you're in the folly and the fun, who going to pray when trouble comes?
I want to tell you.
Huh? I'm talking to us. Huh? We say we love God. Let's prove it. Daniel wasn't out there for the fun. He wasn't out there to celebrate. He was out there for serious business because there was a war going on. Spiritually and naturally so. Has it changed today? Has it changed today? There's a war in our own house. Huh? Sometimes it's between us and the boob tube or everything else. There's a war inside of us. Tell us, I'll pray later when later never comes. There's a war in us for even some of us to come to church. There's a war in us that I can stay home and I can hear and read my Bible myself, but we never move in God. And there's a war when we come to church that we're so stubborn, stiff-necked that we don't move. So we have to make up our mind, how much do I really love God? Because loving is doing, and that takes work. That takes willing to die of this flesh. And we want to enjoy Jesus, but you can't enjoy Jesus until you give him your heart.
Yes, Jesus.
All your heart. In order to get that, it's more than singing and dancing, clapping our hands. At the cross, where I first saw the light, what did he do? He rolled all burdens away. All. I don't need a Band-Aid.
Nope.
Do you? I need to be healed.
I want to fix complete.
How many of us need to be healed from something?
I want to tell you.
It's to today, to this right hour, we got some stuff in us that need to be healed.
I want to tell you.
And only God can do it because he said he sent his word to heal us and to deliver us out of all our distresses. But if we don't let God have it,
I wanna tell you.
it ain't gonna